What's up, everyone? This is the Minister of Beauty, and this is Business Mondays on the Minister of Beauty channel. And I am Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty. I am a beauty business entrepreneur. I'm in the beauty industry since 2008. I've been doing this thing, specializing in lashes, brows, and skincare as a licensed esthetician. But I've been an entrepreneur since 2006, and I've learned a lot of things along the way, and I get a lot of questions from people about, what did you do when you began your business? How did you start your business? And I just thought I would do a quick video and just share 8 essentials, 8 things that you will need to start a business. And so with 8 things, of course, this is not the end all be all list. So I encourage you to go to the description area, or you can even go to the comment section. Go to my website. It is theministerofbeauty.com. I have a free item that you can check there, and I'll try to have that in the description box also. And it talks about some things that you will need to start a profitable business. I made it specific to the beauty industry because, of course, that's the industry that I'm in, but you can use it for pretty much any business when you are starting out. So I'm going to just share 8 things, and I like the number 8. It's a round number, and 8 represents new beginnings. So if you're starting a new business, I think that this is great for you. All right, so to start a business, the first thing you need to do is to get your mind right. Being an entrepreneur, social media makes it look sexy. You see people flaunting in their new cars. Some people are renting mansions. Some people may even have mansions. Some people are renting private jets. Some people might be like Bow Wow and saying that they're on a private jet when they're really just flying first class on a commercial airliner. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't get caught up by what you see online, and don't get caught up by what you see on social media, because I'm here to tell you that entrepreneurship, it is a blessing, but it is hard work. So you have to get your mind right if you are going to really become a successful entrepreneur. There are a lot of people that are saying they're entrepreneurs and they really aren't. So get your mind right, get prepared for the battles ahead, because it is not going to be easy. If it was easy, more people would do it. Sometimes they say if it were easy, everyone would do it, but I don't even believe that, because there's some people that are just too lazy to do even the things that are easy. Let's just be clear about that. So get your mind right if you are going to become an entrepreneur, because it's really going to be essential for you to be able to battle the things that are going to come up against you negatively, to stay on the grind and to stay in the hustle when it doesn't look like things are working out, when it seems like you're putting your 100% into it and you're only getting 10% back. That is going to happen. So you have to really get your mind right. Get your mind right and be prepared for the people that you know, like, and trust to not really be supportive. Because when people are used to seeing you one way, then they're not going to really be comfortable or be at ease with you trying something completely different, especially if they care about you. Because it's not that they don't want you to be successful, and it's not that they don't want to see you succeed. And some people don't, but some of them are just protective over you, and they don't want to see you get hurt. It's just like having a child. You want to protect your child from being hurt, but sometimes we have to let them go and allow them to fall, allow them to stumble, allow them to scrape their knees, allow them to get hurt by, a friend or whatever, because they're going to hopefully learn something from it, and you will learn from the losses, you will learn from the hurts, you will learn from the pains. So get your mind right before embarking on this journey of becoming an entrepreneur and having your own business. Second thing is know what you desire. Know what it is that you really want to put your all in all in, because if it's not something that you really want, if it's not something that you're really passionate about, then you're not going to stick with it. I truly believe that a lot of people are lazy sometimes, when it comes to things that they're not passionate about. But when it's something that they enjoy, when it's something that they're passionate about, then they're going to spend their time doing it. So as a parent, they may get tired of their child always playing video games, but it's something that they enjoy and it's something that they're passionate about. So that's why they're not lazy when it comes to that versus studying history or studying a school subject that they're not really into. So it's not that they don't want to learn, it's just not something that really interests them. I never had an interest in math, so it wasn't something that I put my all into. And to be honest, I was fearful of math. So that's another reason why I did not put my whole and my all into that. It wasn't what I was passionate about. It wasn't what I understood. The beauty industry wasn't something that I really knew that I was going to become passionate about, because I was a legal assistant for 12 years before I got into this industry. And I wasn't someone that was dabbling into makeup and lashes and all those different things. I would get my brows done by my aunt, who is, or was, I should say, a licensed cosmetologist. I would get my hair done on a regular basis, and I would get my relaxers, or I would get my hair braided, but that was more for just keeping myself up. It wasn't because I was really into those things. So that goes into my next item, which is number 3. Research the field. Research what it is that you are interested in, that you are passionate about, what you are desiring. Because just because you have an interest in something, just because you're passionate about it, it doesn't mean that you know everything about it. So it may be something that you'll have to go back to school for. I went to school to become a licensed esthetician. There are many people who are makeup artists that did not go to school for what they're doing. They were just really passionate about it, but they spent their time studying those things. And I will say, in different states, if you're watching this in the United States, every state is different. And in some states, you have to become a licensed cosmetologist or a licensed esthetician in order to specialize in makeup artistry. So a lot of people need to know that too. You need to be careful, because if you're going to start a business where you are a makeup artist and you're not legitimate in terms of having your licensure that will allow you to become covered by a liability insurance company in the event someone has a reaction to products that you used on them and then they want to come back and sue you, you don't have any coverage, because as someone who is a covered licensed professional, you have to have a license to back that up. You can't just be someone that, is making up faces and beating faces and doing makeup, but you don't have a legitimate license to back you up in order to become covered by a liability insurance company. So again, those are things that go back into doing your research. So you have to be really careful about making sure that you're doing everything the right way and making the proper steps in order to become a business owner or an entrepreneur. All right, so number 4, put it in writing. Make the plan and make it plain. You have to make it plain regarding the marketing that's necessary, according to the field that you're in and the area that you'll be operating in, and also the numbers that you're going to need. You're going to need to know how much money is necessary for you to, let's say, replace your income. If you're working a 9-to-5 full-time job and you're trying to become an entrepreneur and own your own business and replace the income that you're making on that job, then you're going to have to know the numbers, and you're going to have to know how many of these products am I going to have to sell, how many of these services am I going to have to provide, how many clients and customers am I going to need in order for me to be able to replace my income. And not just replace my income, because I'm quite sure you don't want to just get a title of being an entrepreneur and owning a business, but you want to be profitable and you want to be successful and you want to be able to make more than what you're making on your current job. So it's going to be important for you to know the numbers, put it in writing, make it plain. Make it plain. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, write the vision and make it plain, so that he, which means you, who will read it will run. And what that means is it will spur something and stir something in you when you put it on paper. It makes it more of a reality. A thought is just a thought. Thoughts can come in and out, but once you put it on paper and you make it plain to yourself, then you're able to really review that. You're able to go and do the work that you need to do in order to make it come to pass. Okay? So the next thing is you want to secure your business. And I'm not just talking about getting a security system to protect the space that you're in the event of a break-in, but I'm talking about your property in terms of your business name, your website, buying a domain, figure out what your business name is going to be. Research it just to make sure it's not something that is trademarked by somebody else that's going to prevent you from using it for your own business. I will say that I did not research my beauty business name because I knew that it was original and I knew that it actually was something that was God inspired, because when I prayed about it, it was the name that came right to me. And over the years, over and over again, I've gotten so many compliments on my business name. And if you go to my website, which is in the description box, I have a link that says other businesses on the menu, and you'll see what my other business is. I don't really talk about that in these videos because it's just a separate business. It's a separate YouTube channel. It's just separate. So I try to keep those separate and talk about what I'm talking about as the main focus. So if you want to know what that is, go to my website, go to the menu that says other businesses, and you'll see what my other business is. So yeah, secure the business name, the website, buy your domain so you own your digital property. Secure it with the IRS and the State Department of Revenue by applying for an EIN number. That is like your business's social security number. So when you are beginning to operate your business, then you can file the proper tax returns that you need to file, pay the proper taxes that you need to pay, and you're just keeping everything on the up and up. And register your business name with the Secretary of State in your state. Every state is different. But I know in my state, I registered my business name with the Secretary of State, and that secured it. And I have my articles of organization, and the name is registered, it's trademarked, and I'm good to go. So I did those things not too long after I started my business. Even when I wasn't making any money, my business was secured. Okay. So number 6. This is something that I think is simple, but you'll be surprised a lot of people don't do this when they begin. And that is open a business bank account. You may have your personal bank account, but open a business bank account. You want your business to have its own bank account so that you can make sure that all of the purchases and all of the money that you're receiving, it all goes through this one bank account so that you have a track record of your finances. And this will help you as you grow and go along when it comes to trying to get financing for your business, because if you need to show business bank statements, then you can do that. But making sure that those things are set up, and then also setting up your online payment gateways. So setting up a PayPal account for business, and then setting up a Stripe account. Stripe is another way that you can accept payments if you're going to be selling products online, because not everyone has a PayPal account, and people can purchase things if you use PayPal without having to have a PayPal account. But what I like about Stripe is connected to your bank account, and any money that is paid via any type of credit card that your customers or clients will be using, the money goes into your business bank account about 2 days approximately after that is done. And with PayPal, the money sits in the PayPal account, and then you have to actually transfer it yourself. It's not that big of a deal, but I just like to have options, and honestly, I really like Stripe, so I just prefer it. I'm not a big fan of Cash App for business purposes, because once you send money to someone through Cash App, you can't dispute it. You can't get your money back. So you have to be really, really certain if you are sending money to anyone with using Cash App. But if you want to receive money using Cash App, I don't think it's a problem, but just make sure you have it set up where it's attached to your business bank account. Okay. So number 7 is get an accountant. To be honest with you, this could be number one or number two. Like, after you get your mind right, get an accountant, because an accountant is really important. Accounting, a real and true accountant is going to keep you accountable when it comes to the numbers. They're going to work with you to figure out, okay, what is your goal? Okay, if we're going to meet that goal, how many of these things do we need to do? And accountants, they're great with the numbers. You may not be great with the numbers. And if you're great with the numbers, then great. You have a backup to check on your accountant with. But a real accountant, they're not going to ask to, have you do things that are unreasonable. You're still going to be controlling your bank accounts. You're still going to be controlling the finances. I'm not talking about having an accountant that's going to take over your bank account and they're making purchases and expenditures for you, and then you don't know how the money is really flowing, and then you look in your account one day and then you don't have any money because they fleeced you. That is not what I'm talking about. I know a lot of people thinking of accountant that way, but I'm telling you that an accountant is a lifesaver, because they're going to help prevent you from having to go through certain things that you may have went through if you were to do things on your own. And then if you have the chance of having a random audit, they already have everything together, and they're going to be your representative, going to the IRS office for you, going to the State Department Revenue Office for you and with you in most certain situations. And they're honestly like an attorney for you. They're representing you on behalf of the business to make sure that the things that the IRS or the State Department of Revenue is trying to call into question, they're saying, no, she's good because she has X, Y, and Z, and here are the documents for that, here are the reports for that, here are these files. Like, they have everything together, and a real and true accountant is going to reach out to you to make sure that things are on the up and up before you really need to reach out to them and say, hey, I don't know what's going on. I am used to having this amount of money coming into my account, and now it doesn't look like it is that way, and I don't know what's going on. A real accountant, they're looking at the numbers and they're looking at the reports, and they're going to touch base with you on a very regular basis. So it is really important to get an accountant. Don't feel like you have to make a certain amount of money to have an accountant, because most accountants are going to work with you where you are. And then as your business grows financially, which an accountant will help you to do that, then of course you'll pay more as you go, but you'll be able to do that, and it's one of the best investments that you can make. And so number 8, rounding this off, if you don't have good credit, get your credit repaired. And if necessary, you look into different companies that are going to help you to do that if you don't feel like you can do it on your own. And then build your credit. Because I highly recommend, as a business entity, having a business line of credit at some point. You may not need that in the very beginning. I didn't have any of those things in the very beginning. When I started out, I used everything that I had and what I didn't have, and I just made $1, out of 15 cents and made it work. And as I continued to work and operate and make money, I invested that money back into the business over time, continuously did that. And then I started to get offers from different companies for credit. And I can remember getting the first time when I got my Platinum American Express business card. That was like, oh my God, I'm so happy right now. And it's not because, I had this Platinum credit card. The thing about American Express is the privileges that come with it, the benefits that come with it. And it made me feel even more like a legitimate business. I started my beauty business in 2008, and I got my Platinum American Express credit card in 2012. So I worked really hard to get my credit to a place where they saw me as somebody that was worthy of having the privileges of carrying this card. And it wasn't something that I even went out and applied for. It was actually a gentleman that came into my business one day and asked me if I was interested in applying for the Platinum Business American Express card. And I said, sure, why not? I don't have any business credit at this point. And I was doing decent with my personal credit. but I was using personal credit things to help, with the business. So it was nice to have something that was established that was for business credit. So yeah, if you need to get your credit repaired, don't hesitate. Go ahead and start working on that, and then build your credit so that you can build your trustworthiness and your credit worthiness with these other establishments, because as you continue to grow, you want to be able to use other people's money for your business. Hey, the big dogs do it all the time. Why can't you and I, right? So those are my 8 tips on how to start a business. But again, those are just 8 quick tips. I didn't go into all of the details. But again, go to my website. You can get that free copy of how to build a profitable business. And we'll stay in touch on my email list. I'll share some different things that'll be coming out from me soon. But I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. On this channel, I share the Bible. That's business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So again, this is Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty. I am about to end this video, but again, subscribe, share it with someone that you know, like, and care about. And until next time, I hope you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.